It's time to tie up your hair, pet your familiar, and get ready to cook, because today we are making the banana nut duck bread from Over the Garden Wall. Fall is officially here, and that means it is officially Over the Garden Wall season. In celebration of that, let's make the banana nut duck bread that Greg briefly mentions in the episode Songs of the Dark Lantern, due to being hungry.
Ooh, banana nut duck bread.
So let's get started, since I am too. To begin, preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. For this recipe, sift or whisk together 2 cups of flour. I used half spelt flour and half all-purpose flour, but feel free to use whatever is easiest to procure for you. With 2 teaspoons of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of salt. Whisking accomplishes the same thing as sifting in this case, since we are simply breaking up any clumps in the flour, so you can do either for this recipe. Set that aside and let's do a simple creaming method. Moving on to our stand mixer or handheld mixer, and with the paddle attachment, we're getting this butter whipped. Then we're slowly adding in 1 cup of white sugar and 1 cup of brown sugar. You want to let this go for a while before adding in the 4 duck eggs one at a time. Now, duck eggs are a sort of eggier egg, if that makes sense, so I highly recommend trying to find them for this recipe, but large chicken eggs will also do if you can't source duck eggs. Now let's get that mashed banana. Now, this is sort of a sensory nightmare, but I have these previously frozen overripe bananas that we just need to peel and then mash in a separate bowl. Then they can be added in, along with 1 cup of chopped walnuts. Just work this with a rubber spatula since you don't want to develop too much gluten while you're mixing this together. Optionally, I would also add in 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of nutmeg at this time. When it comes together, spray down 2 loaf pans and divide the mix evenly between the 2. Alternatively, you could just use the one and make a taller bread, but you may simply just have to keep it in the oven for longer. Pop them in the oven and bake them for about an hour. While you're sitting around smelling the bread bake, you may as well make some tea, get comfy, and turn on the show while you're waiting. After about an hour, you should be able to put in a knife in the center and have it come out clean. Then you can remove them from the loaf pan and let them cool for about 30 minutes on the counter before digging in. For final impressions, I really do think that the duck eggs made a difference here, and it makes for a not too sweet bread that you can then top with more softened butter and honey if you wish. If you want a not too sweet desserty snack, then this is the bread for you. I think Greg would have loved to have had this on his journey through the woods, but I think I may share this with some close friends on this side of the wall. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and be sure to leave a comment letting me know what I should make next. I'll see you next time, and make sure to avoid the train tracks if you're out venturing this evening.